we are here as your representatives. Both the Energy Committee of National Assembly and Senate. The reason why the project has been brought actually to your county and your constituency and your area, it is because the former Prime Minister, Raila Amolo Odinga, and His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto sat down and said this particular region of the country was neglected for a long time, since 1963. And then they saw it fit that we need to bring a project to this region that will grow the region, it will help the community. So that is one of the key reasons why it was brought here, otherwise it would have been taken elsewhere. So we want to request you that you embrace, engage with Nubia, engage with Kengen until all of you are satisfied. We've agreed that they have already started the engagement on sensitization. There are meetings that have been going on, and meetings will continue to go on until the project is successful. Until all of you are happy, compensation will be done adequately, and basically we generate the power that we need. Currently, I believe Kengen and Kenyabao have been even in repair. The amount of energy that we have currently in the country is very low, especially now with the affordable houses that we are putting up across everywhere. We need to generate more. You should not allow yourself to be influenced from external forces, because there are people who might not be happy that the project is coming here.
My name is Aroguro Ginga, Senator for Siaya County and a member of this Committee of Energy of Parliament. What we are discussing is a project for development. It's a project not for development of Bondo alone. It is a project for development for our region. It is a project for development of Kenya. It is, the world is going digital. The world is going nuclear. And if you remain behind, you might not catch up with the other countries which are in what they call the first world. Now, this project is just one of them. And I think it is something we should take with our two arms. But let us just caution, take it with caution. In terms of caution, of course, not accidents. Accidents are very rare in this type of project. What the caution we take is to negotiate from the beginning. So we must make sure that this project incorporates people's interest. The interest of the people is incorporated, and the interest of Kenyans is taken care of. And the second issue which should also be looked at is the pollution, the disposal of the nuclear waste. So all those issues we should discuss and see that those issues are taken care of carefully before things move on, so that we know that our people are safe health-wise. They will not be affected by the waste which comes out of a nuclear plant. And a nuclear plant is meant to benefit us in terms of electricity. It is going to improve electricity supply. It is going to is a source and clean source of energy. So it is something which we should support.
Available. Honorable Chair, big things begin in small ways. When this this project was proposed for Kilifi, I remember Honorable Chair was still not a member of the Energy. But in my heart, and as a community, a person who comes from these regions, I was dying that why can't we, if they say no, then I was dying that we would get an opportunity to grab this project. All we need to know from the technical team is that we are able to answer to their questions. Because, my dear community members, one thing is for sure. There is the issue of land. And of course, when we are talking about land, we are going to talk about the issues of compensation. And when we talk about compensation, the ministry and that sector will be guiding us, and it will be about compensating the landowners on the market rates that will have been established through the systems of evaluation. Of course, my chair, land is always a motive issue, because from land we get our food, we get the environment, we get our shelter, we get our medicine, we get our clothes, and so our people must get the assurance that they will be giving that land, but will be getting compensation that is commensurate to all that. There is nothing that will be done away from the land. Land is the space that we have as human beings. Even where we are was land for somebody. Even where Bondo is was land for somebody. Even where Kisumu is was land for somebody. But that space had to be given aside for those facilities to be built for the same benefit of our people. When I reflect back on how this opportunity for the nuclear plant was grabbed for this side, then I can see the vision of the people pushed for that. That is not to say that the process should not go right. We are here to ensure that the process goes right. It is done procedurally. Our people are involved, but our people must also be ready to engage. We have a common destiny as a community to look for development, and this is a step. All we need to do is to listen to you, and we listen to the technical people, and we get the best for our people.
The issue nuclear is new. The issue nuclear is a motive. The issue nuclear has many other things that the community are still not very clear about. As we go through this, Chair, one clear thing that we've tried to place in front of both Nupea and Kenyan is, we as a hosting community, we need to know, number one, what is this thing all about? Because a lot more times we get a lot of very negative things that are not nice at all. We don't want to host something that is not good to us. We don't want to host anything that is not good to this country. So we need some clarity, a lot of clarification, and a lot of information in terms of what this is all about. That's the first thing that we're very clear we need. For us to end up in deciding, for us to end up saying that we are ready to host or we are not ready to host. And I want to believe the authorities have been trying to do this for the period that they've been around, educating us, informing us what this thing is all about. We are also aware that nuclear definitely has things that are not good. Things that are not good. We want the authority to tell us, what is it? We don't want them to hide behind certain things. Let them tell us, for sure, radiation is bad. It's going to be a product of the process. For sure, we are going to lose, or we are going to be moved from our lands. There are things that are going to happen. We need those to be made clearer to us, very clearly as a community. And issues of safety. issues of safety. And we believe that with the negative information that we have had over a period of time, nuclear has also been developing. And definitely there are answers, there are solutions to some of the safety concerns that we have as a community.
Landowners, I want to assure you, the chairman, there are some challenges. One, the area covered by the map, we have land successful cases, land successful. And I would appeal to you to get ways and means of assisting those people whose land should be successful has not yet been done successful. Two, in the area covered by the map, there are some land disputes which has been there for the last 40 years. Land disputes which has been there for the last 40 years. Now you, the Lupea and Kenjet, I want you to get the best way to assisting the community to sort out this one. Because in some cases, over 6 million has been used for the land dispute. To date, they have not been solved. Thirdly, I will request the Lupea and the Kenjet, the scientific visit to either South Africa or Egypt. 20 community members from Lenya should be taken there because there are some myths about the nuclear which cannot be explained unless a visit is made. You people from Lenya, we should also be given a chance to go and visit those places. Around 20 people to be taken. Now, the actual land required, there is fear amongst us there. The 800 meters is just for the beginning. After 10 to 20 years, about 5 kilometers will be required. There should be properly explained. The 800 meters radius, there is fear, that one is just for the start. But near in the future, a bigger land will be required. That part should be properly explained. Now, compensation procedure. In Kenya today, cartels, there is fear. Cartels will be formed between the Kenyan and Lupea. They come and buy the land from us, and then again they sell it. The cartel people, Dr. Obu, I think that one is also in Kenya. And you people in the Senate and Parliament, you can help us there. Now, displacement fear. That part should be properly explained. I was told there is somebody conversant with the land economics. We'll explain that part because there is fear also there.
2 acres. I'm in the buffer zone for the project. I was asking, was this buffer zone going to be compensated because I'm going to be affected? Secondly, I worked as constituency development coordinator under Dr. Guru for 10 years, and he instructed me to make a proposal, take to Japan Embassy for Lenya, and that school was properly constructed. Is there a way that if you come in after taking my land, will you construct that Lenya properly the way it was constructed so that we have a modern school there?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I come from Lenya. I'm one of the landowners. And I don't want to act like an angel. As landowners, we were not in light. And today I have to thank you for calling us, some of the landowners. Because even me, I was in a greater position of this project. And I do oppose this project in a very powerful way, in a very strong way. But today, after getting teachings, I've seen that I am convinced that this is now a good thing. So what it lacks is the teaching to the local people there. In fact, you can just assume, me, I didn't know even anything about this thing. What about that layman person there who doesn't understand things nuclear and maybe the vocabulary is used to them? So proper teaching still need to be done so that the real community members and the real landowners, they may get informed and get enlightened. The way today, by the way, today I've been enlightened. And I thank you so much for enlightening me. And I've seen the benefit there, some of the good benefits of it. That in our community there, yes, I know we are landowners, but this is just a section of landowners. What about the sections of the landowners who are maybe in opposite views or are opposing this project? For example, we have landowners who own even the private schools back there. I don't even see any of them here. There are some landowners who have very big assets, and the community need to look at a way on how to engage them, maybe in a separate meeting, so they may also be incorporated in this, that community of Lenya may speak in one language. Or else, as people who are here, and even not everyone here is okay with this, we might face danger there, because we are now the real, people will call us suspects, people can even call us the betrayers of the community. So we need also to involve them, those people who are having opposite views, that may have a separate meeting, so they may be enlightened the way I, standing here, has also been enlightened after opposing this thing numerous times.
If you are here today, please give us a clarification over everything. In that, you've given us the benefits of nuclear. I'm feeling it wise that we're not supposed to sugarcoat. If you're giving us the benefits, you're also supposed to give us the disadvantages, so that if we are asked, we are in a position to answer. Thank you.
The Constitution of Kenya provides that all public officers must respect human rights, and Nupea and Kengen, while they implement their projects, they are bound to protect human rights. And if those rights are not protected, there are interventions that are given in law, including going to the court to seek redress. But I can guarantee you that in our strategy and in our commitment, in our strategic plan, we have committed to ensure that any project that we shall implement shall respect the rights of the people of Kenya, and will engage them through public participation and stakeholder engagement. There are very many people who at the beginning, including your own Mheshimiwa, you had a very strong doubts about nuclear, and we have also many other leaders who have had strong misgivings about nuclear. But when we engage them and explain to them, and they raise questions and we answer them, they actually come to see that this thing is good. And we will continue doing so, and we want to have a critical mass of people who have been sensitized about the project, so that you are not labeled as traitors. There are different levels of compensation. There are some people whose compensation will involve complete removal from the land. But then, you know, like if you know about how Kenya Power and Ketraco operate, like where he lives and this kind of thing, there will be some level of compensation that will go to people who live in the buffer zone, because you are part and parcel of the nuclear plant community and you play an important role. But those are things that will be worked out, and we see what kind of compensation. Some of it might not be direct monetary compensation, but some of the things that you can benefit is that we'll have good schools, and therefore there will be things like scholarships for your children, and maybe good hostels that you can be allowed to be treated there as members of the community.
Shida ya kusikia aweze kusonga huku mbele ili apate ukalimani wa lugha ya ishara. Namba 2, tuko na waheshimiwa
some support for his treatment for the injuries that he sustained. Thank you.
The next person.
Kaka kum kambi madongo matiyo gi chik magong'ala mag piny mangima e timo projects
So that's the small guidance I wanted to give before we start the formal process that will go on in this manner.
Toneno kaka iloso tich mar makudu bro timo en kanitie gik moko mwanyalo yudo kaka oganda mochiwo kaka negisepon mag lai mag piny mangima mok mana ma Kenya ka kende. Gima gigeno ahinya en ni
wakiongozwa na viongozi wetu kuelekea kule mashinani, waoneshwe hilo eneo kwamba ambayo inawaleta kuzungumza nanyi, kisha baadaye kufanya nini, tuwaruhusu waende kule, sisi tuendelee na shughuli yetu panuzi. So tumekubaliana donge namna hiyo. Mwakilishi wa kampuni ya Kengen naye pia aje asalimie kidogo na pia atambue wale maafisa ambao wako pamoja nao kutoka Kengen.
Jambo. Good morning. Yeah, so bila mmesikia jina langu ni Grace. To point me your relations manager.
Morning everyone. Yaru Ken. Ani longane Peter Geso ani engineer Kengen. Kono
Oyaore. Okwero. Nyinga Michael Otieno Kelo and land economy.
Finance Kengen.
Gentlemen, good morning once again. Yeah, it's indeed my pleasure to be here. I would like to welcome you on behalf of Kengen Management. We are happy to have you here. We are
watu wadakanya chie pugurogno kelo dok chini kichikaka mtu wadakanya kula chanti unwati mokanyakla mana chako gimwadiki tokata kote polisi kala tunanikolo nyalo kao kanyo no chuno kabisa tichulo ngano marario sa katanisi kala bawa gibi ni wape pintu wamuweyo ngani wacho tata wacho tuwawinjurika ngani kolo nyonego yuli kata nitie pamoja nitie engineers go contractor ngani nokelo kuyo ngani ko wala mio lo okelori
mkurugenzi mkuu wa Lupia pia naye awasalimia na atambulisha wale maafisa ambao wanakuja nao ili tuweze kuendelea. Serikali ya kaunti ya Siaya tusimame.
Members of that committee, I Obro Taiwa, Kakaja Kong, people watch my tail, my remarks more from your members.
Size na buffer zone. Kwa sasa tunaangalia nuclear power plant ya 1000 megawatts na ukiangalia exclusion zone ni 800 meter radius. 800 meter radius haimaanishi hii shamba yote imetumika. Tuelewane. 40% hii shamba imetumiki. Unaona kwa kutumiki. Pia kutumiki ama huko inamaanisha kwamba hapa tu ndo tutaki watu waishi. Okay, we want as little as possible human interference within this region. Okay, haimaanishi kwamba shamba yote inatumika hivyo, hapana. Shamba ambayo inatumika ni kidogo sana unapoangalia hapa hivi, lakini kwa hii mali yote, hizi mashamba yote yanafaa kuchukuliwa ili tuweze kuwa na kwa either of this group. Hii ndio technology yote ya nuclear ambayo iko available in the nuclear market. Kumaanisha kwamba tukitaka kutengeneza nuclear power plantation ambayo tunataka kufanya, lazima tutachukua moja ya hizi technologies. Na hizi technologies zinapatiwa na different nchi tofauti. Kuna za China, kuna za America, kuna za France, kuna za Russia, kuna za nchi tofauti ambazo zinaitwa nuclear vendors, ambao hao ndio wanatengeneza hiyo mtambo, wana test na wameutumia kwa nchi yao kabla wawalete hapa.